money masters and treasure hunters. Welcome to the Tom O'Brien Show. I'm your guest host, Steve Rhodes, filling in for Tom while he is away on vacation, folks. Of course, he missed all the, well, I think he missed all the fireworks in the marketplace today. And for those of you not familiar with me, folks, I kick things off for TFNN every morning, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m., with a show called The Trader's Edge. Now, you can catch the archives of that show on Channel 9, but if you're ever wondering where it is the markets are going, where they're headed to, you know, you can turn on plenty of shows and they tell you where they're at. I will tell you where the markets are headed to. You can tune in every day, 9 o'clock. You can always catch us on your mobile device if we're not on a local radio station in your area. Just go to the just go to your mobile device, type in www.tfnn.mobi. You'll be able to listen to the show live, and of course, you can always catch us on Tiger TV, just like you are watching this show, perhaps. If you are driving home, absolutely be safe out there. Now, Tom and I also do a show every Monday through Friday called the Money Master Show. That's from 10 to 11, so now the markets are open. We get an idea of what's going on volume-wise and so forth. And, folks, I absolutely treasure your presence here today. My outcome? To help you to become a better money master. Now, I absolutely will inspire you. But, folks, what I mostly want to do is be able to teach you the tools that you need in order to lead an inspiring life, because that is what it's all about. We all want to lead an inspiring life. So let's go take a look at one of our tools out there. I call this the tool of time, something that we can't get back in life, folks. And do you know folks like this? Folks that maybe complain about things. Let me give you my viewpoint on complaints, folks. If you spend 5 minutes complaining, you've just wasted 5 minutes, and you can't get that time back. I'll teach you how to get the money back, but you can't get back time. So if you continue complaining, folks, it won't be long before I don't know who the they is, but they will haul you out to the financial desert, folks, and they'll let you choke on your own dust of your own regret. No regrets, folks. No regrets around here. Don't spend any time complaining. That leads me to my philosophy about the rich versus the poor. Now, the philosophy of the rich versus the poor goes like this. The rich folks, and maybe you want to write this down, or maybe you already know it. The rich invest their money, and they spend what is left. The poor, what do? The poor spend their money, and then they invest what is left. That's right. There's nothing left over, folks. That's not the strategy for success. That's not the strategy for being able to amass a fortune. And that's really what it's all about. Give us a call, 877-927-6648. We'll take a look at our markets. We'll take a look at anything else, maybe a stock in your portfolio. And you talk about early fireworks, the 4th of July. We had quite a range on the Dow. Yeah, the Dow finished down 25 points. The range on the Dow today, 176 points. It traded as low as 12,450, as high as 12,626, closing out at 12,602. The S&P, the point range on the S&P, and boy, it had a stellar rally from about 310 on. The S&P finishing down 3 points. Now, had an 18-point range today. 1313 was low, 1331, 52. That's some change was the high. The composite having a range of 37 points, finishing down 26 points. So we're going to take, that's almost a full percentage point. So you had the Dow down 0.2%, S&P 0.2%. The Russell 2000 really staging a comeback, almost completely flat, down 35 cents out there. But yet you had on the Russell 2000, you had a 12-point range, 764 all the way up to 776. Again, closing out at 775.89. And you had Microsoft off 26 ticks, Intel down 30, Google off $5, Cisco off a quarter. You had Apple down $5, and you know, in the NDX 100, down still over a full percentage point. The NDX had a 37-point spread as well, but down over a percentage point, and the market is going to need the NDX to participate in order to move higher out there. It's not the small caps that are necessarily going to be able to drag this thing up. If we take a look at inside the Dow, what do we have leading on the way down in the Dow? You had IBM. So IBM, you had a market leader after you have a stage comeback, and they are also the number one weighting in the Dow. They were off $1.60. You had United Technologies off $1.56. JP Morgan down 90 cents. Intel off 39 cents. Boeing off 29 cents. Leading things on the way up, you had Chevron, CVX, the ticker symbol. They're up 89 cents. Caterpillar, which we know is in a bear market mode. They were up 38 cents. Procter & Gamble up 31 cents. Kraft Foods up 29. If we take a quick peek over at the IBD, The IBD, folks, IBD 50, which you're taking a look at the high flyers out there. Well, if you look at what was flying to the upside, you had Valspar Corp, Watson Pharmaceuticals, Valspar up 240. All the rest underneath $1 on the way up. That's not real healthy, in the underlining of the markets up there. Because when you take a look at the names to the downside, you're looking at Chipotle down another $15 today, MasterCard off $10, Priceline off $10, Apple off $5, Lululemon off $3, Ulta Salon $3, Alexion Pharmaceuticals $3, Under Armour $2.75, Monster Beverage a couple of bucks. All these Ross stores, these are all these high flyers, folks, and they certainly staged a little bit of comeback, but still finished in the red. Again, our call number is 877-927-6648. So let's go take a look at the Dow. We're going to take a look at the Dow. We're going to take a look at a couple of the ETFs out there. And we take a look at the Dow, and I had drawn this little trend line in here. I don't recall if it was the 9 o'clock show. Maybe it was yesterday. And what's interesting about the Dow, we're going to take a look at a couple different channels out there. We're certainly going to take a look at the channel in gold and silver. We take a look at the Dow. This trend line, again, this is just a very short-term trend line that we're taking a look at. We're going back really to June 20th on the upside. We're taking a look at the June 15th area on the Dow side. But you can see right now what we do have going along here as the market is churning and burning. You had the Dow move all the way down to the bottom of that channel line, rejected that area, certainly staged quite a comeback towards the end of the session here. And now what I suspect we'll see the Dow move up towards the top of this channel line before it takes one more thrust down. And I believe that thrust, folks, is going to coming into next Tuesday. Next Tuesday, the markets are only open until 1 o'clock, so you got a shortened day. Markets are going to be closed on Wednesday. It looks to me like Monday, maybe Tuesday, we'll see a market low out there. If we go take a look at let's go switch over to gold. You had gold trading right now, trading out at $15.55, down 22 bucks. That was down 1 4/10%. Silver getting whacked. It was high-ho silver down 2 2/10%, off 61 pennies out at 26.3. So let's go take a look at gold, see what gold is doing out here. And I just want to stay with those channel lines that we're looking at. Now, gold turned on a daily base, on the daily chart, went long-term bearish back in May of 2012, May 15th to be exact. You had a 200-day exponential moving average cross through the 50-day, folks. That is what they call the death cross. And it happens in commodities, happens in stocks, in this case here, happening in gold. And when you take a look at gold, also gold has been trading, for quite a while inside this major swing point that is going all the way back to September 26th. The high on that, 1663. The low, 1535. But one of the things that I noticed a couple days ago, and I provided to my clients out there, was this little channel. Now, again, when you're creating these channels, you want to make sure that you've got at least 3 or more co-located opens and closes. And along the top line here, if you want to, on your home game, if you want to create your own channels, you would start off with the March 1st high of gold, at least the body high, and what you'd be looking at is the open, which was at $1,786.20. The next area that you would hit would be on May 1st. You can hit the open at $1,666. That's really going to establish your channel line to the downside. If you want to start establishing your on the upper portion of it, you want to start the lower side of the portion, you can easily start. I would start right here at the close on February 1st. That close being 1745, and then you can just simply pick out the next point. Maybe it's the close on February 10th out at the 1725. Now you can draw the channel. Now what's interesting about gold, even though it went long-term bearish, it did manage to bust out, and it busted out on June 1st. June 1st is a day I want you to write down on your calendar. June 1st is something we're going to go take a look at when we switch over to the ETFs. What did gold do today? Came right down to that channel line, has rejected it thus far. I expect we'll see a little bit of a bounce here in gold as well as it meanders and makes its way all the way down to the low going back to September 26th. It wants to test 1535 right now. How quickly can it do it? In a heartbeat. And folks, we'll be back in a heartbeat. You had the Dow finish down 25 points. We'll be right back.